And that's why we're back on week 8, folks. We got the cousins, Rob and Garrett, back for week 8 of illegal formation. We got some stuff that Luke's going to pop, a little inside of putting up our platform. We appreciate everybody following. Cousin, start us up on the week 7 recap. Where do we stand? What do we look like overall? And where are we going?
All right, we got good news and bad news. Guess we'll take the good news first.
Give me the good.
We had our first winning picker this week. Rob was 3-2.
Thank goodness. I'm not going to say it's a big time comeback, but it's better than what's been happening.
The last few weeks, including our guest spot, we've all come in under 500. But the first winning week of the season, 3-2. Rob, I went 2-3. So even with that winning 3-2 this week, Rob's total record comes to 5-11.
Garbage.
I'm at 6-10, barely eking out ahead.
I'm drinking water that I'm so dehydrated from what's been happening.
Yeah. I got let down by the Bengals. That was my big letdown. And, of course, the Dolphins.
Yeah, so let's see. Your Bengal letdown week 1, Tampa Bay crushed us, and then Miami crushed us. Is that where I picked up your losses?
Yeah.
All right, we'll start.
But we were on San Fran. We had that pegged right. We had the Seattle game pegged right. So
Dude, these spreads are tough, man. This is the varsity. There's no easy game here, bud.
It's the great equalizer, man.
Let's go. All right, cousin, we'll kick us off. Let's transition. Week 8, it's the Thursday night game. It's Vikings at Chargers. The Vikings are getting 3, meaning the Chargers are giving away 3 at home. What do you think? How do you feel? That was a tough one from last week watching both those teams play. That's going to be a tough one to pick.
Yeah, they both lost last week. I was kind of looking at the schedule, trying to wrap my mind around this game, and I was looking at the Vikings. I don't think they have a very impressive win. They took a hard loss at home to the Eagles last week. Now they have to turn around on a short week
A lot of
and
talk
travel.
about quarterback issues. A lot of talk about should we have let Darnold get out of there.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying with Wentz, and I think even he might be questionable or he might have some injury. So I don't like the setup for Minnesota. Flip side, Chargers got crushed by the Colts.
What are we doing?
At home. So they need a turnaround. They need a home win. And similar to what I said about Seattle needing to win, I think the Chargers need this to stay competitive in the AFC West. You got the Chiefs right there. And so I think
getting 3.
Yeah, so I think they need it for the AFC West and for the playoffs. So I think the Chargers can win this game by more than 3. So, yeah, I'm taking the Chargers.
And I hate to use the word must win for the Chargers, but, God, didn't it feel like that?
Yeah.
That if they don't get it going a little bit at home, coming off of what we've seen, how they're going to make a run. I get it. Pretty hard to say that before Halloween. I'm backing my cousin from the 305. We're taking the Chargers with the spread. Let's go. This is the one that I hate to even talk about, which is Bucks at Saints. That's the Sunday 4 p.m. game. Because we're on the road. We're banged up. We've lost Mike Evans. Baker played the worst that he's played. Look, not his fault. Pocket collapse. Guys running around. But the stat was something like 1 for 13 from the Monday night game downfield. That's not a good stat that you want to look at an MVP candidate. Bucks, it looks like Hard Rock is given 5.5 to.
Yeah.
That's a big number, dude, and that's a scary bet. Talk to me. What do you like here?
Yeah, so, Tampa, not the best game. They had a lot of stuff go against them. They had a lot of injuries, but they stayed the game. They fought all the way to the end. But you just have to wonder at some point, with these injuries going to catch up with them. Now Evans for sure is out next week. We don't know if Godwin's coming back. We don't know about Bucky. And here's the thing that might be an X factor. Last year, teams that played Detroit, their next game, not so hot.
Really?
Because Detroit is very physical. They're beating these guys up. They're roughing them up.
Too.
They're pushing them over. Their speed all over the field. They got your defense.
Detroit looked
for
awesome
a lot of plays.
Defense.
So, yeah, Detroit looks great. And so last year was tough for teams after they played Detroit to come back again. So now you got the Bucks back-to-back road games.
And what's the one team that's been kicking our ass for the last 3 years during the regular season?
The Saints have their number a little bit too. Yeah. And, I think the Saints have been in some competitive games. I mean, they're 1-6. They're not going anywhere, but I think they're trying to turn the corner. I think they're still taking pride in, moral wins. So I think that they can hang around close with the Bucks. I don't know if the Saints are going to win outright.
5.5.
But, yeah, with that 5.5 number, I just think it sets up nice for the home dog in this situation, especially Tampa, back-to-back road games.
Luke, he did
last
it.
one against
Detroit. He's taking New Orleans, Luke, with the spread. Oh, now would you take him straight away, or are you taking him just with the spread?
I mean, there's a chance. I mean, if you had to say which one of these favorites is most outright to lose, I mean, I would probably say Tampa, but, they can still win and we still win. So.
Ugly stuff. This is my take on Week 8, Luke. I can't do it. Can you go against the Bucks? In my heart, I knew that Detroit game on the road was going to be a problem. This is what I'm going to say about our Buccaneers. You either are or you're not. What that means, are you a playoff contender? Are you or are you not? And that's the game that we're going to find out. They get beat by the Saints at 4 p.m., and we got some problems. Things are going to start unraveling. When we had Brady and we took those lumps, we said, hey, stay together. The talent is there. These guys are good. They can play. Was Detroit a once-off, just a letdown? Detroit was more physical. The defense was on top of them. Baker had no place to throw. We could not stop the run. I'm not going to get into the refs. What kind of bizarro nonsense? Can you weather the blow on a short week and go into New Orleans and handle the business? Luke, I'm going to say that they can, even at 5.5. I'm taking the Bucs. Look for a bounce back game for Baker. Baker's got to get involved early. We've got to run the ball. We got away from that against Detroit because we were playing from behind. I like some of the schemes that we had against Detroit with the blitzes. And the reason I'm going Bucs even with the 5.5 is because I don't think Seattle's got the quarterback that can do it. That ain't Jared Goff back there. I don't like the number. It's big. I think that might get smaller on game day. I know we take them with the Hard Rock, and we're living and dying by the 5.5. But, Luke, I'm going Bucs for that reason. The Cousins are disagreeing on this one, but I'm going to put an asterisk and say really scary.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Moves us to Sunday, 1 o'clock.
God.
We got to talk about this game, even if we might not want to. Dolphins at the Falcons.
What a mess.
Falcons are favored by 7. At this point, I think it's obvious Miami's definitely one of the worst 3 teams in the league, probably. Top 3 or 4 teams.
1 o'clock stinker.
They need to clean house, and Luke, we can throw a graphic up for this one, but it's Tua, McDaniel, and Greer. They are not serious people. Logan Roy would have already canned these guys.
Insert Logan Roy. Do you know what we're talking about here, Logan Roy? Yeah. Who are we talking about, Luke?
That's Succession.
I love it.
Exactly.
Succession.
So Logan Roy would have already...
One of our heroes at the law firm.
He would have already wiped these guys out of the building. But, we're stuck with them. Maybe the big picture thinking is let these guys go down with the ship. Who cares at this point? Give yourself a chance in the offseason to get a better coach instead of just ripping it off now. Who are you going to replace him with? There's nobody on that staff that's really doing anything good. Anyway, so Miami in a very tough spot.
On the road,
and you got Atlanta, who their running back just went nuts against Buffalo because Buffalo didn't have a defense. If you think Buffalo doesn't have a defense, Miami might as well just not line anybody up out there. They're so bad on defense. So I say all that, though, to say this. You're never as good as you think. You're never as bad as you think. So the Dolphins stink, but they have been in some close games before the blowout against Cleveland, which maybe the weather and Tua just, you got to flush it. So I think Miami can hang around and keep it close. I don't think they're going to win, but I just hope they can come in and lose by less than a touchdown.
Are you taking Fins?
Yeah.
Oh, Luke, that one makes me think a little bit, but here's a point I wrote down on my notes, Luke. What a mess. And that's what we got in South Florida. It's one giant mess, dude. You got Tua at $50 a year or whatever it is, some monster contract. We got a coach that they say they're sticking with. The front office is in trouble. If you're the owner, you're racking your brain. Are you going to start selling off pieces if you lose this game to try to get draft picks, to try to redeem? You got cap issues. Are you going to let them go in terms of Tua and just fight it and just take the hit? It's crazy. I'm taking the Dirty Birds at home with the 7. It's a big number, but I just haven't seen them do anything in terms of Miami playing on the road that makes me think that they can go into a hostile environment and put up a W.
Yeah, they played Buffalo close on the road. They played Carolina close on the road, who may not be as bad as we think. But that's what I'm saying. They've been in some close games. I'm not seeing.
They break my heart every time I. But
who knows? It's unwatchable. It's unwatchable football. By halftime, you're watching Red Zone because they're just not doing anything.
And there'll be playoffs.
So boring.
Jeez, Luke. So put us down for the divide. We got G Money taking Fins, but I'm going to stay with the Dirty Birds. Even with the 7, that one scares me because the number is so big. But Cousins are divided this week so far, Luke. Games 2 and 3, we're not seeing eye to eye. All right, Luke. Luker, that takes us to what I think is the toughest pick of the board, which is Packers at Pittsburgh. That's your Sunday night must-watch TV. Pack is laying 3. Steelers are getting 3 at home. Do the Steelers come back from what happened with the Cincy game?
Mm-hmm.
Are the Packers saying, hey, no, under the lights, they just had a big win, we're going to take it to them? Are the Steelers really in contention to try to make a run? Talk to me, cousin. Who do we like here? Or do we need to dial a friend and call Ronnie and say, what are we doing here, bud?
Yeah, I don't know if he's got the inside info anymore with Pittsburgh. But, yeah, two storied franchises. Green Bay looks solid. Pittsburgh has a little bit of the flair for the dramatic this year. They've been in some close games, some wild games down to the end. Feels like this one's going to also come down to the end. We're going to wake up Monday morning and check the score and be like, what happened? We got to figure out how did this score.
Luke's staying up for this one. Luke's staying up.
So I'm taking Pittsburgh as the home dog. I just think that home field advantage.
Aaron Rodgers with the 3.
I think they have a little bit of a home field advantage in Pittsburgh. And, Sunday night, I think they'll be up for it. So, yeah, I mean, both good, pretty solid teams. So, with all things being equal, I'll take the home underdog in this situation.
And the guy threw the ball pretty well. Even though him and Flacco, the oldies, going at it, Rodgers played well, had him in a position to win. Luke, long pause on the show, but is Love good enough to make a statement game and go into Pittsburgh and win?
I know you haven't been too hot on the Packers this year
so
far.
I think they're overrated. They showed some grit coming in there. I do feel like if they're going to make a mark, that this has got to be the game to do it, but I don't like it at home, on the road at the Steelers. Is Aaron Rodgers crafty enough getting the 3? You know what I mean? Where he can, at least by the spread, take it. I don't know. I think they're both pretenders for purposes of the playoffs. I don't see any of them going deep in the playoffs. This is the one that I had circled for the show, Luke, that I absolutely hate the pick. I don't like it whatsoever. Put me down for the Pack on the road for the upset, even though they're favored. And I think Love has to show out. I think the defense gives the Steelers fits. I think look for a lot of blitzing to get Rodgers uncomfortable and look for a letdown and then look for the media to come out and say, oh, Steelers are in trouble. They came out 4-1, dropped their last 2. What are they going to do? I'm taking the Pack on the road, Luker. How do you feel about that, Luke?
He's nervous for us.
Exactly. I like it. Yeah, okay. Go back to watching your phone. Whatever you're doing over there. Good Lord.
He's just waiting for us to stop talking so we can hit stop on the recorder.
I gotta cut this up. You guys are giving me so much content. How am I supposed to produce it all?
You guys done?
Cousin, bring us home on Monday night. Another one that I hate because we don't really have an injury report as to where we're at. Commanders versus Chiefs. Huge number on the board, 10.5.
Yeah, 10.5. So I think Daniels is out, the quarterback for Washington. Mariota.
Confirmed?
I mean,
think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Hammy
he's getting an MRI
issue, or what was it? Feet, hammy,
hamstring
something like
again.
that.
Yeah, and he had a knee, something also maybe, but that's not the only injury. That I don't know if Debo is going to be there. We don't know if Terry McLaurin is going to be there. So they're sliding a little bit. I hate to be down on Dan Quinn. I think he's a pretty decent coach, and I don't know if he's going to coach a team that's going to lose by this much with the spread of 10.5. But at the same time, I went against Kansas City last week. I'm not doing it again.
I'm gonna spoil my pick. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
they've already burned me twice. Can't do it.
This might be the perfect storm for Washington. Stacked up with injuries, going to Kansas City, who just blew out the Raiders 31-0. So Kansas City could be big at home. I can't go against them even with the spread this big. So I'll take Kansas City. Just given everything that Washington's going through right now, you got to sell Washington in this matchup.
Mahomes is getting hot. The defense for the Chiefs, especially the defensive line, has been absolutely rock solid. They're winning games on their own. I don't see how the Commanders can come in there and run the ball if they don't have a quarterback. They're going to stack the box. They're going to punch him in the mouth. I don't care if Mahomes just throws 10, 12-yard passes down the road. 10.5 is a huge number in the NFL. That's bonkers, but at the end of the day, on the road, I got to back the Hard Rock bet on that one. I'm with Garrett on this one. Luke, put me down for the Chiefs, even laying the 10.5 and giving it up. So the cousins agree on that one.
Ooh.
That's a tough one. All right, G, walk me through on the recap. Give me this. Luke, do us a favor. Cut off a little recap to give the fans what they want.
Thursday night, we were both on the Chargers.
Chargers at home.
Chargers at home. The Bucs game, I'm on the Saints, getting 5.5. Rob is on the Bucs. They can cover that.
I hate the 5.5 number.
Dolphins, I'm on the underdog Dolphins, getting 7 points. Rob thinks Atlanta's going to beat them by 7 or more.
I think this one could get out of control. I think Atlanta could get on them early and maybe never take their foot off the gas.
Sunday night, I'm on Pittsburgh getting 3. Rob thinks Packers can beat them by more than 3. And on Monday night, we are both on Kansas City to win huge. They got to win by 11 for us to cash in on Kansas City. But let's hope they can do it.
Luker, that's our friends over at the Hard Rock Bet. We take it right here from the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. Hook your boys up for a little gift card. I don't know, a little something for the love. Anyway, that's week 8. That's illegal formation. Stay tuned for Luker with a couple teasers. Maybe taking illegal formation to another platform. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate the support. Stay tuned for the next special guest and those overtime segments where we talk a little bit about the law, where we mix in some of the, what do we want to call that, Luke? Some of the news that's popping in the legal industry, especially local to the Tampa Bay area. That's the G Money. I'm Rob. We appreciate you. That's week 8, illegal formation, the best in the business to do it. That's Luker. Let's go.
Cut.